Hey YouTube family, this is Tara Subramaniam once again here. I hope all you are doing fine and healthy. So today we are going to discuss or rather see about how to use Figma and Tableau in building some beautiful dashboards. And the purpose of this video is to learn about formatting using Figma and how you can incorporate that formatting in building the layouts in Tableau and how you can also modify that layout as per your convenience. So let's start. So this is what we are going to build in the end. That is the superstore analysis, this dashboard. And if I click on this blue button right over here, you see the color changes to blue and yellow. If I switch back to black, I get back the black and white analogy. Okay. And this is the dashboard that we are going to create. It's very simple, right? And also elegant. We will build more complex dashboards and more functionalities by adding into Tableau. But right now, this is what we are going to make. And you can see that it has an export feature here. And this is the link to my YouTube channel. And if I click on central over here, the the charts will get filtered based on the central button and so on and so forth. So if I click on east, it's going to give me this. If I click on south. So basically, this is what we are going to be building. So let's start by first understanding how this skeleton structure is built. So the way this has been built is this has been built using a tool called as Figma. So let's see how it is being done in Figma. You can do it in any other tool of your choice. You can do it in probably uh, the PowerPoint or Adobe if you have. So let's see what we have built in Figma. So if you see over here, this is what we have been, this is what we have built. These are nothing but ultimately usage of frames and rectangles which are placed over one another. And how this has been built, let's build this from scratch as to how to understand how this has been built. All right, so this is what we are going to build over here. So first of all, select the frame that you have used. So this is the frame. And we have to select the size of this frame. Okay. And the size of the frame, I'm going to select this as 1148 into 720 for my case. Okay. And I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so that I can see this in one place. So once this frame is created, now it's time to create other rectangles. So I will take one rectangle over here. And this is where I'm going to place the sidebar. And basically now what you can do is you can just change the color that you want. So this is going to be 2F, 2F, 2F. And this is what you get as a color. And if you go over here, I'm going to give this round as 25. So this will give me this round right over here. And this is your sidebar that we have created. Similarly, I'm going to add another rectangle from here. And I'm going to build for the KPI cards. So this is the size, I would say 262 into 106. And again, the same thing. The corners can be 25 or even 50 actually. I think 25 would be fine. And I'm going to place this over here. And what would be the color for this? If I see in Figma and make this white, and I will go to effects. There is a drop shadow which comes, and let's customize this drop shadow. So I think the blur effect is 4, and X and Y would be, X will be 0 and Y is 4. Probably we can give it a 10. So let's see how it looks. Drop shadow. The blur is going to be 50. And you can see that this has been completed. I'm just going to format this over here. And I'm going to Control C and do Control V so that I can apply the same formatting basics to all the three. So in this way, I can see all the three KPI cards being aligned. Now press Shift and select all three cards. And now you can freely move them around together. And wherever you have any question about the alignment, you can just check it out over here. I'm going to push this a little down. And now we have some space for the dashboard title to appear. So we have made 3 rectangles. Now the remaining is probably the 3 charts that I need to put. There's nothing but the same principle. So put Control C and Control V. And I'm just going to resize this over here with the same principle. Now the rest is all about how you're going to arrange this. So here I'm going to just resize this entire thing so that it fits to the screen. And you can see that this chart exactly fits over here. And finally, I'm going to just place the last chart at the bottom. The last chart looks like this. Again, we are going to maintain the consistency. And you see, within few minutes, you have created your first dashboard layout with ease. You don't even have to do a lot of effort, and you have created. So the next thing I want to do is I want to put some finishing touch right over here. So there is this effects that I want to have. And I'm going to give this blur of 15. And so that there is an effect for my shadow to this as well. So we have done this thing now. Now let's see where we are going to place different things. So if you look at this play card over here, you can put the KPI cards right over here and the 3 charts, and this will be the dashboard title. So we have easily created our first frame. Now, in case you want to create another frame with different colors right over here, so all you have to do is add a new page. And in fact, you don't need to add actually the new page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this page. And the moment you have duplicated the page, we are going to use different colors over here. And the color is going to be so you can use just the tinge of blue. You can see that. I'm going to select this blue color. And we are going to select for the rest of the ones, it can be the same. One more thing we have left out is basically the circles on each KPI card. So that can be done by inserting a circle right over here. Okay. And the size of this circle can be So width and height can be 50 cross 50. And you can give probably a black color. So this is where your circles will come. So inside that circle, you can put a logo or you can put a directly an image. So I'm just showing you over here how to put this, but we will put an image directly over here. So this is how you can customize different aspects. And this is just a basic layout that we have created. You can create much more advanced layouts by choosing the colors that you want over here. So we have got page 1 and page 2 with colors like this. And we can use this to export. Now, the last thing I want to do is just click on this export icon and click on the export here. So Untitled have given the name, I'm saying test. So if you export this, save it at a place in your local file and you will be done. Okay. So that's how we have built our skeleton structure. Now let's go back to Tableau. And once you have saved this file, save both of these files. Okay. And save them as separate images. And then open Tableau. And from Tableau, we are going to build a dashboard. So now we are into the Tableau screen right over here, and I'm going to connect a sample device, a sample file right over here. So this is your data source pane that you will get in the first instance. And from the sheets here, I'm going to drag the orders table. And we are going to use this table for rest of our analysis. And now we will go to directly in the data source, we are directly going into the new dashboard. Okay. Now, the moment I have gone over here, you can see the dashboard layout right over here. We are yet to make the charts, which is required to build in this dashboard. But right now, let's focus on building the structure which is required for the dashboard. So here, I'm going to select range under size, and I'm going to select fixed size. And I'm going to give the exact size which I've used for my Figma frame, which is going to be 1148 into 720. I will go into layout and I will ensure that there is no padding, which is over here. So this is the size which we are going to use to build the dashboard. Now under objects, you can see there is an object which is called as image. So drag this image over here, which is onto the right side, and it will ask you to connect to an image. And I'm going to connect it to the image, which is which has been built in Figma. So I have chosen my image wherever you must have saved, and I'm going to click on fit image and click on apply and OK. So now the image has been loaded over here, and just go to the layout again and you can see that there is a padding which is being given. So padding is nothing but the space between the image and the outer container which presides in the image. So that is the outer padding which is there. So I don't want this extra white space outside the image because already I've accommodated for the space inside the image. So I'm going to select on this padding and I'm going to give this as 0. Now the next thing I'm going to do is this is what my dashboard which I'm going to build, and you can clearly see the layout which is being present. Now all I have to do is I have to drag and drop all the sheets which I'm going to create. So let's first create our KPI card. So I'm going to sheet 1 over here and I'm going to drag sales onto text. So our first sheet is going to be a KPI card for total sales. Okay. So total sales is going to be our first KPI card. And in fact, for formatting tips, what we can do is we can set some global formatting rules so that we don't have to repeat the formatting steps again. So for that, I have to go to format, and there is this option of format workbook. And here I can select the fonts which I want to do it by default. So for example, for worksheets, let's say I'm increasing the font by 10, making it bold, and I'm giving it as medium. So this is how you can do. Even for worksheet titles, you can use Tableau medium, bold. The size can be 15. So wherever once you have applied this global settings, it is going to get applied to all. So I think this is fine right now. There is this grid lines, which is there. I'm going to switch it off for now. So you can switch this off depending on your requirements, so that you don't have to put them again and again. In case anything comes up, then you can put this again. So for now, this is what we are going to do. We have got a total sales KPI right over here. I'm going to change this to entire view. And alignment from the text, I'm going to change this as horizontal alignment center. Now the size, I'm going to increase this size to about 15. Like, so that 15 would be fine. Similarly, I'm going to right click on this total sales sheet, and I'm going to duplicate this. Now, instead of total sales right over here, I'm going to calculate total profit. So I'm going to drag profit from this table, and I'm going to replace this with it. And rename this sheet as total profit. So we have calculated two KPIs right over here. One is total sales and one is total profit. The final KPI card is going to be total orders, or the order details which I got. So this is nothing going to be, this is going to be the orders count. And I'm going to drag it over here. So this will give me the total number of orders that has been processed. In this 3 KPI cards, I'm going to switch off the tooltip. So click on the tooltip and switch it off. And these are the 3 things that we have created. Now let's see how this looks in the dashboard. So we have got total sales, total profit, and total orders. I'm going to switch the layout from tiled to floating. The reason why I'm doing this, because I want to fit this into this cards, which I created just now. So here, just drag total sales over here, and we are going to resize this inside the card. Now here we have to do some trial and error, since it is not fixing to the way I want this to be. I'm going back to the worksheet again over here, and I'm going to reduce this size to 12. So now you can see that this has been perfectly fitted. Just double click on the total sales, select and center align. And you will get your first KPI card being comfortably placed over here. Okay, similarly, the same step I'm going to repeat this for total profit and total orders. So I'm going to drag total profit over here. Again, I'm going to resize this. Again, the same thing, because the size, I think the size has been little big. Okay. And then position this. So go to layout here and we can check the width and the height as well as the position. So total sales is at this position. And I'm going to change while clicking on this part over here. And so I got 78 over here, 78. The height is 187 into 67 in total sales. I'm going to give the same size over here. 187 into 67. And finally, I'm going to put the total orders. The same logic which I have just applied. So this might look a bit overwhelming, but trust me, once you have practiced this enough, it will be a cakewalk. So we have done this right now, and I think we are good over here. Just check on the layout. And again, the same thing, 167, what is it, 180? 187 into 67, right? So we are through with our 3 KPI cards that we have created right now. Now let's focus our attention on these 3 charts. So these 3 charts which are going to create. The first chart is going to be a discrete line chart. So the order date, I'm going to search over here and I'm going to place it. And I'm going to put order date and probably profit. And this layout, I'm going to change from year to month. And the month names, I'm going to right click on this January, click on format, and I'm going to select abbreviation. So we have got the formatting here as well. Select on colors under marks and change this to black. Order date, so right click on this order date and click on hide field for columns. Rename this sheet 4 as profit trend. We have got our first line chart. The next one is going to be top 5 countries by sales. So I'm going to select country over here and profit over to the rows. So country and column. And you can sort them by descending order. It's not necessary. And swap them so that they look like this. And now you have to sort them by, you have to filter out them by top 5 countries. So the top 5 in descending order, you want them by the value of profit. So press Control and drag country onto filters from the rows. And go to top 5 countries by profit, click on apply, and you will get this value. Make this probably an entire view. Let's hope this works. And now the next thing I'm going to do is, let me just rename this top 5 countries. Okay. Change the color to about black. And now the next thing I'm going to do is, I don't require country as well. Drag measure values, which is present over here at the bottom. Measure values next to columns. And drag measure names to the filters. Okay. Now create a new calculated field just by selecting over here. And I'm going to name this as minimum 1. And I'm going to create this calculation minimum 1 right over here. and drag this below. It's already being put over here. Now go to measure names, edit filter, select none, select minimum one and profit, and click on apply. So these two values are selected under measure values. Now under measure values, select this drop down and select dual axis. So you will get circles in both the charts. Under marks, go to sum of profit, change this to bar, remove measure names from colors. Similarly, from measure values, remove the measure names from colors. And you will see a combination of rectangle and circle over here. Now, my objective here is to show this as a cylindrical bar chart. So all I have to now do is I have to increase the size of the circle. Okay. And adjust this size as well. So eventually the size is going to come close to the way the size we have envisioned. So you can see that it is almost coming to the size of the cylindrical bar chart. Right click on this and let's synchronize the axis. So you have synchronized it as well. And now we don't require this axis at the top. So I'm going to unclick on this show header. And we can adjust this based on how we want this to be placed. So let's see if I can increase the size. Okay. So we have got almost the way that we have decided for this. And based on this, we can adjust. So we have got top 5 countries as well. And the final thing we are going to create is a table. Now, before we create a table, let's try to, let's go to the dashboard and let's put this remaining 2 sheets. So profit trend will go over here. So just put this within the tile and you are through. And if you find this size to be too big, then you can adjust the size by probably going at the sheet level, preferably. Or you can select the sheet right over here as well. Sorry. Just select the sheet over here, click on format, and you can go to the font. And based on the values, you can increase or decrease the size. So for us, probably we can give it a 9. So little bit by reducing the size, probably we can benefit from this. So we have got the profit trend right over here. Close this format font. Go to top 5 countries and I'm going to resize it inside. Here, just keep this as fit height and top 5 countries under standard, and you will get this cylindrical bar chart right over here. Now, the final sheet we are going to create is a simple table which contains the customer name, select on all vendors, their order details, and finally their sales and profit. So I'm going to drag the sales, not right over here onto the rows, but onto the labels. So we have found this sales over here and similarly profit. Double click on this and you will get the profit and sales over here. So you will find this view like this. Go to dashboard. Rename this sheet 6 as order details. And we will go over here. And I'm going to resize this. I'm going to place this order details right over here. So select this entire view, sorry, fit width. So it's going to just adjust itself. I'm going to increase the size over. So in this way, you have got the three charts, which is present right over here. And in top 5 countries also, I'm going to remove this extra lines. So format lines. It's going to be borders. Let's see if we have any row dividers. Yes. And column dividers. So row dividers, column dividers are gone. And we are done with this. Now the final part is this part over here, the black part. And here I'm going to give the 4 options for the regions. So I'm going to create a new sheet. Region, drag this region onto text. And I don't want all these regions to be placed right over here. In fact, I'm going to keep this over here like this. I think this is fine. Yeah, text. And from automatic, change this to shapes. Okay. And from here, we are going to select the certain shapes for which we are going to build. So more shapes. We'll come back to shapes again. I have created this shape in Figma, which I will show you how this I have created. So select this shape for now, click on apply. And you will get all these shapes right over here. Select on entire view and increase this size. So here we will be requiring only 4 regions. So press Control, sorry, just drag into filters and select Central, West, South, and East. So select these 4 regions over here and you will be able to place them under like this. All right. So that concludes our session with basically using of Figma and Tableau. So for any creative layouts, you can create this Figma structure layouts that I've shown you. And feel free to drop in your comments for any doubts that you have or for any future videos that you want me to make. So this is Tata Subramaniam. I'm signing off. Thank you so much. Put region onto rows here as well. Yes. So region onto rows and region onto labels. And this is the shapes that we have got. Now here, I want to eliminate this region. I don't require here. So region, select the region over here and untick on show headers. Then go to labels, horizontal alignment center. So that it comes inside this block and change this color to white. So I'm going to change the label color over here. I can change it inside over here as well or over here as well. So I'm going to change this to white. And this is going to be your region filter, which we are going to use. Sheet 7, we don't require. So right click on this and hide title. And we are going to truncate the size based on how do we want this to happen. So we have created our region as well over here. Probably reducing this size to a little bit would not do much harm. Probably giving them 9. And once I use them as filters, I can easily I think this is fine. So here we are going to reduce this size to about this over here. So that, yeah, so this looks much cleaner and much better. And accordingly, I can reduce the size of my chart as well. So you have to just go over here and adjust these things as you deem them fit to control it. So here, however you want to feel this, you will be able to put this. So this is based on your formatting that you want to do. And based on this, you can select. So now if I click on this chart and I select this, use this as a filter. And if I click on central, you can see the filters being applied right over here. So this is how we are going to do this. I'm going to click on escape. All right. So we have got order details right over here. Now the remaining part is just these three images that I want to put over here and the dashboard title. So let's start with the dashboard title. So the dashboard title is going to be text under objects. And I'm going to write this as Superstore Analysis. Okay. This is going to be our text. Probably increase this size to about 25. And based on this, we have selected the size of our superstore. Sorry, the title of this. The next thing after title, once we have finalized the title, there is another thing that you can do is go to text again and you can say insert your full name. And every time you log into your Tableau account, it's going to come welcome and your name as well. Just increase this size and click on OK. So for me, my laptop name comes. So here, your whatever name that you have chosen, it is going to come over here. So this part we have done. Similarly, I'm going to put the text which is over here. And this is going to be regional analysis. Increase the size to about 10 or 12 over here. Make this bold. Tableau medium, okay. Change this color to white or grayish white at least. And you will get this text right over here. So this is going to be your title for regional analysis. This is the steps. And you can download this as PDF. So download PDF, I'm going to mention over here. Under objects, just drag it over here. Click on this down arrow, edit button, and enter the title as PDF. Click on apply. Similarly, you can navigate this to any page that you want. So I'm going to navigate this to my YouTube channel. So for navigation, you can use any object. So I'm going to use image and load that image. So I'm going to use any icon. So you can use YouTube icon from Google or any icon that you can take. So here, this is the image that I have loaded right over here. So just you have to adjust this a little bit to account. And in edit image, you have to put the URL. So here I'm going to put the URL. So that's all we have created this. One final thing, right click on this dashboard. First of all, name this sheet as region. Right click on this dashboard and select on hide all sheets. And now right click on dashboard again and duplicate. So now we are going to duplicate the dashboard color which we have used. I'm going to rename this as dashboard 2. So the layout color is going to change, which means that I'm going to replace that entire image of black and white with the blue image, which is over there. Okay. So pretty straightforward. So how do we do that? We select this container at the top, which is image. And you can see there is an option of edit image. So in the dashboard too, you have to do this and replace this dashboard image with another thing. Here I have applied this dashboard blue image and you can see that I have got the dashboard image right over here. Again, in the layout, you find anything which is extra. We will remove the extra paddings. Anything with respect to size and anything, we are going to remove. And this is the way we would want this. All right, I think we have got our image also over here and we have got our title. So the final thing would be to connect both of these dashboards together. So that will be done using under objects, go to dashboard, go to navigation. And once you put the navigation right at the top over here, select on this drop down and you can change the color that you want. So I'm going to put this color under background. For title, give this as blue, click on apply, navigate to dashboard 2, click on apply, and you have got this chart. Select the drop down again, copy dashboard item, go to dashboard 2 and press Ctrl V. And I'm going to put this above over here. Edit button. Name this as black. In fact, go to dashboard 1 and edit button. We are going to change this color to black. Probably anyone black that I want. So we got blue and black right over here. We have got total sales, total profit, everything over here. And these are some of the images that you can put. Either you can put inside the circle or you can replace them with images right over here. So if we can see over here, I have used the image object again and I have resized this just over here. So I could have used the image inside the circle as well, but due to space constraints, I'm not able to do it. So I'm simply putting this over here. So these are the things that you can troubleshoot. Just adjust this the way you want. And you got the first image. So similarly, the other two images will also be displayed. So this is the final outcome that you get. And once we switch on to blue and black, you will be able to get this. Now, the final thing is we are going to publish this by clicking on Control S and we will see the final outcome, which is going to be created. So this is the final one, which we see over here. And if I click on this blue icon, you will get this aspect right over here. So I'm going to share this workbook link on the description as well, so that you can replicate this. And if I click on this export PDF, it will download this as PDF and you can download, click on download option. This will redirect to my YouTube channel. And if I click on central over here, you can see that all the visualizations are getting filtered. So just click on escape and this will be done.